It's Monday, April 4th at about 11:10 a.m. in the morning, and I've brought the dogs over to the Camden East Alvar. We haven't been here since last summer or fall, and just thought it'd be nice to come here and check it out to see what condition the walking conditions are in, and so far it's good. Mostly dry, although I suspect we'll see some muddy places, but these are the areas that come to life pretty early in the spring. They have a lot of early flowering plants and that kind of thing. They won't be flowering yet, but give it a month's time or so and this place will look totally different. You can see the substrate here is very cobbly, just broken limestone. And then of course you got moss and lichen, and this curly grass here is poverty grass, Danthonia spicata. Just spotted a loggerhead shrike off in the center of this opening here. Beautifully marked individual. I'm quite a ways from it, but it looks very bright and vibrant, which makes me pretty well certain it's a loggerhead shrike. It's not as dingy and sort of pale as a northern, and the time of year is right too for loggerhead shrikes to return, and certainly this area is also known for them. So I'm not sure what their current status is. I haven't been keeping up on that since I retired. Their numbers were certainly low when I left, but I assume they're probably even lower now. I'm not sure. But this property here was actually protected in part because of the loggerhead shrike, so and as well for the Alvar features. So oh, here's a big flooded zone. I'm gonna have to stick to the left here, I think. The yellowish carpet of grass you see here is one of the Sporobolus types. It's probably Sporobolus vaginiflorus. There's also another one, I've just forgotten the name of it, that's similar to it. But you can see it's just carpeted the landscape here. So these Alvars have open areas with grass and herbaceous cover, and then they have cedar groupings, red cedar groupings in this area, creating almost a savanna-like habitat. I remember years ago reading about the origin of the term Alvar, and it was then, from what I remember, sort of relating back to Scandinavian terms or whatever, and I think it was dealing with strange habitats like this as well. But upon just recently looking up the term, it was also noted that it comes from either German or Finnish origin, and the actual name Alvar, which can be used for people, I guess, at times too, actually in those languages relates to elf warrior. So if you want to give your child a unique name here in North America, Alvar would be pretty interesting to apply if you want your child to be known as the elf warrior. We're on the downward slope through the forested section now. This one continues downhill for a ways, and then we'll come back and maybe do a portion of the cross trail. Getting cloudier now, but that was expected. The forecast had that. Well, the sun's not through with us yet. It's been a real beautiful day to be out here. Feels like about 10 degrees now. Very pleasant. The blue sky has somewhat returned, and we're heading east now on one of the cross trails. The buds on the lilacs are almost out, amazingly, since we've had so little warm weather. Once again, dense cedar trees on each side create a shaded environment for the ice and snow to remain on the trail. And here it's still a few inches thick and hard. It's melting, but taking its time. Many Alvars have deep cracks formed into the limestone bedrock. These are known as grikes and contribute to the karst-like topography throughout many Alvar areas. Well, this marsh is partly open. Few Canada geese out there. Not sure if there's much else. I'll have to take a look with the binoculars. So there were about 15 Canada geese and 2 hooded mergansers on that marsh at this point. But it's only about 40% open. It can get quite busy in there once it does open up. Nice little marsh. It's 1:05 in the afternoon now, and the clouds have returned. It's pretty well all overcast now, and the wind has seemingly increased a little bit, so it's definitely feeling cooler again. I think it's supposed to be about 8 degrees today for a high. For a while there it was feeling warmer, but I'd say it feels like about 8 again now with the cloud and the breeze. Anyhow, we'll probably end up pretty soon here. I don't think I'll be walking the whole place. We're already, what are we at here? We're at 6 kilometers now, so probably another kilometer to get back. So that'll probably be enough for today. So 1:15, and we're just a few hundred meters away from the car now. We'll have gone about 7 kilometers all told. Had a really nice day here. Get in the car and head back, have a bit of lunch, and then figure out what to do this after, whether to go for a bike ride maybe, or do some more firewood cutting. Anyhow, I hope you've enjoyed this tour through the Alvar. I'll try and get back here at prime early spring bloom period, which is late April, early May, mid-May, because the Alvars get very beautiful at that time of year with all the early blooming plants.